Hey guys, today I'm going to be teaching you how to set up a 3x3 so it will be amazing. First off, here are the things you're going to need. You're going to need a cube, preferably a new one, right just in the box, like this is a Yushin that I haven't opened yet. You're going to need a screwdriver. I have a multi-tool here, and you're going to need Maru Lube. I guess Lubix or Traxxas or something like that would work, but Maru works the best. So let me just get into the box. So some of you might not believe me when I say it's going to make it amazing, but I did this to my Aolong version 2. Where can I open this? The night before the Indiana 2015 competition, and at the competition, just about everybody I ran into said that the Aolong is outdated and that their GANs or whatever they used was a lot better. And then I showed them my Aolong, and then they stood corrected. I seriously had probably the best 3x3 that I felt at the competition. So let me just get it out of this last little bit of plastic. Get out of the plastic. So there we go, here's the cube. The next step is to find out whether or not this came pre-lubed. This feels like it did not. It feels really dry and sounds scratchy, but I'm going to walk you through it as if it was pre-lubed. So the first thing you do is not lubricating it, and it's not cleaning it out. The first thing you want to do is do a bunch of solves to get used to how it feels, and more importantly, wear out the stock lube. The reason we don't clean it out right away is that dried out stock lube cleans off much better. So get used to how it feels, and while you're doing a bunch of solves, get the right tensions, get everything set up except for lubrication. So now I'll go do that. So now I've done about 100 solves, and I've discovered that it did come pre-lubricated. It was just lubricated really sparingly. So that's about enough solves to dry out most of the stock lube. So now I'm going to tell you what you're supposed to do to clean it out, and then I'm going to show you. The first thing you do is you take it completely apart, so I'll do that just to show you real quick. You don't take apart the core, you just take all the pieces off. So now that I've done that, what you want to do is you want to first you set all the pieces aside. First we're going to clean the core. For the core, you don't want to use water. Water is bad for the core because there's metal springs. So what you want to do is, if you see this lip right here, you want to kind of rub your thumb around underneath the lip, get off all the lube from there, and then clean it off above the lip. Just rub your thumb across it, and do that for all of the centers on there. Next, once the core is clean, what you want to do is separate all the pieces into one pile of edges and one pile of corners. And first you want to clean the edges. You want to clean across this surface on both sides, clean right here where it's sliding, and then all over the torpedo, all around the torpedo. On the corner, it's the same thing. You clean out where the surface, clean out the stock, and then this part right here. So basically you're cleaning every inside surface of the cube. So then you clean all that. The way you clean it is you put your fingers under running water, and then you just rub the surface down And for places you can't reach, what I usually do is I get a tissue, or if I need to, I get wipes, like baby wipes, and then I stuff it in there and get that area so it's clean. And you'll see the kind of dark dust come off. And then what you want to do once all the pieces are clean is get all the water off the pieces so they don't get the springs wet and rusty. And then you want to reassemble the cube and put a few drops of Marulube in that little hole in between the corner and the center. Then you just work it in, and then you'll have a perfectly set up speed cube. So I'll go do that. I just finished wiping down the core, so I'm going to show you how I do one edge piece and then one corner, and then I'm just going to time-lapse the rest or something. So I get my fingers wet with some running water, then right here on the surface I just wipe that down, and on the other side, right there, and right here on this track I rub that down. The other side, then on this surface right here, get that on both sides. Just basically every contact point with anything on the inside, just wipe off as much of the stock lube as you can. So that's one piece. That's one edge. Let me get some more water on my hand. And here's a corner. I get this surface on all three places where it is. Then I get the stock, and then this top part. And it's important to be really thorough, because the more thorough you are, the better this works. Since a time-lapse would probably be boring, I think I'm just going to cut to the end where I show you how well it turns out. So I'll see you. So I just finished setting this up and lubricating it, and I moved to the only quiet place I could find in my house to finish this. Now that I've set it up, it feels much more smooth. And before it had stability issues, even though it had great corner cutting. And now the stability issues still gone, and it still has great corner cutting. Here's 45 degrees, no problem. So this really helps cubes, especially ow-longs, and this is really similar to an ow-long, but it didn't work great. So I'd say do this especially if you have an ow-long, but it will work pretty well with any cube, because it really makes cubes work really well. So thanks for watching, and I hope you try this.